Good morning, everybody. It's Martha again, and I'm here to do a video on how I apply my eyeshadow. Now, as you can tell, I already have some on. I did not do mascara yet because I wanted to show you how I apply eyeshadow with mascara on. It's kind of tricky. I already have on my foundation and my powder and blush. I know a lot of people do their eye makeup first, then their face. To me that sounds backwards, but do whatever works best for you. And I always start off, of course, I have a little primer on my eyes. You can use your face primer when you apply that, or you can get a special eyeshadow primer if you want to do that. And I always start with a light base color. Today I'm using the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette, and I started with this lightest color right here, and it is called Coconut Cream. And I just use a medium-sized fluffy brush, and I just apply that from the lid all the way to up under the brow bone. And that's kind of my base, and you can also use that as a highlight under your brow bone and the corners of your eye, whatever. Then I take a medium shade to use on my lids, and I use this one called, I can't see a thing, it's called Bonbon, I think, kind of a pinky brown, kind of pinky golden, if that makes sense, peachy golden. And I take a brush kind of like this, or this one, that's kind of flat, kind of firm. This is from e.l.f. and it's called a concealer brush. Works good for eyeshadows, for cream eyeshadow. I have 2 or 3 of those. So I have one for my concealer, which I rarely use, and then I have one I use for my eyeshadow. But we'll use this one. This is another concealer brush. They work good for packing on eyeshadow. Tap a little bit of your brush into your product, and I'm not going to go overboard since I already have some on. And then you just kind of pack it on to the eye, like that. I usually start from the outer corner and work inwards because I don't want the inner corners to be darker than the outer corners. A brush like this, and again, it is considered a concealer brush. This is e.l.f.'s Flawless Concealer Brush, but it's got a larger, softer, fluffier bristle head, and it works really good as a blending brush. You just kind of, in little circling motions, or you can do a little patting motion. I like for myself like a windshield wiper motion. You can blend that out really well if you need to. You don't want to have any harsh lines in your eyeshadow. You want to blend the colors. You don't want it to look muddy. You don't want to swirl them all together, but you want to make sure each color kind of just blends into the other rather than seeing a harsh line dividing the colors. Now I use a darker color in my crease, and I have 3 of these. I think these brushes with longer, softer bristle heads, are really nice for creases. I don't even know, these probably came in my Ipsy bag, but you can use any type of a brush for your crease. Something like this works. Again, that's an Elizabeth Arden brush. This one here is an e.l.f. contour brush. Works good for eyeshadow. These smaller brushes, you don't have to use the brushes for what the purpose that it says on the label. You get it and you use it what works best for you. But I'm going to use this one right now, and I went in with a little darker color. And today I used this one here called Puddin'. I'm not swiping it too much. And just tap it in, and then I just kind of go into the crease and right above it in a windshield wiper motion. just like that. Now I like to put a little bit of that color on the inner V of the eye, so I take it and just tap it in the product again and just kind of bring it a little bit into the inner V and up into the crease. I'm using my computer screen as a mirror half the time, so who knows what this is going to look like. Actually, it looks okay. Alrighty, that's not too bad for using a little mirror that came with this. Alright, if you need to blend it out, which you probably do, you just take that little brush again and blend it out. These brushes like this work good for blending too, because it kind of just fits in there. And I have that in my crease, but I also have it up to the brow bone, not to the brow, but to the brow bone as kind of a transition color. Alrighty. Now I want to use an eyeliner, and I don't use really, eyeliners that come in pencils or pens or markers. I like to use my eyeshadow as an eyeliner. You can get really nice little eyeliner brushes. This is a bent brush and it's very tiny. See how tiny that is? And then I have a tapered one and an angled one. And I really like these little angled brushes and the little tapered brushes for eyeliner. And I like to use my eyeliner damp. I don't have any water here. You just stick it in a little cup of water and tap off the excess, or kind of wipe the excess off, and then just take your brush, dip it in the color, and I'm using Hot Fudge for the upper eyelid, which is this one right here. Take my brush, and I don't want too much since I have some on already, and starting from the outside corner, apply it right along the lash line in little, kind of a dashing type of motion. And then you kind of blend it all out by just doing it like that. Same for the other side. And I'm not going all the way across to the inner corners. You can definitely go to the inner corners. I have found that for myself, if I bring the eyeliner all the way to the inner corners, it makes my eyes look a little more drawn together and a little smaller. And I have large eyes, so I want to emphasize that. So I don't bring it all the way to the inner corners. I do like to use a little bit of a splash of color on the lower eyeliner, on the lower lashes. So I will take, where did that one go? Take a different eyeliner brush, but you can, wash that other one off. And I'm going to use this pretty blue one, which is called Blueberry Swirl. Right there. I have a thing for blue eyeshadow. I love blue eyeshadow. And just tap it in. And I'm going to do the same thing with the lower lashes. You want to get right up to them. You have to have the mouth hold, Same thing with the lower lashes. I'm not going to bring the inner corners together, but I do like to join the upper liner and the lower liner together, so you don't want any skin showing. You want to get your liner as close to your lashes as possible so you don't see a line of skin between your lashes and your eyeliner. Alrighty, then I kind of give myself a look, and if I need to blend more or add anything else, then I do so. If you mess up on your eyeliner or your mascara, it's always good to keep your concealer handy. And I had my concealer handy, and here it is. Q-tip, concealer, maybe a beauty blender. Just add a little bit of the concealer and dab where the mistake is. You know, take your Q-tip or something with some makeup remover and apply it that way to get, you know, your boo-boo off. And I'm going to blend this out just a little bit better. If you want a little pretty highlighter, you can take a smaller brush. I'm going to take this smaller brush and use this pretty pink. It's called Pink Susan? Pink Sugar, Pink Susan. Pink Sugar. Why did I say Pink Susan? I can't read without my glasses. And just add a little bit of the highlight in the inner corners of my eye. Blend it out nicely. You can even use a little bit of that highlight color into your brow. I like to bring it just to the outer half of the brow instead of all the way across, especially if it's a shimmer. I might use a lighter shade like this white, again, under the other part of the brow. My brows are so fair that even with brow color on like I have right now, it's very hard to see them in a picture or on camera. They're there, so you know, I promise you they're there. They are just so fair. Alright everybody, that is how I do my eyeshadow. I'm going to finish up with my mascara and I'll be done with my makeup for the day. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Remember, Jesus loves you. I do too. God bless you all. Thank you for watching. See you later.